Good afternoon, everyone. Today we will be making DIY terrariums. The items that you'll need for this craft, you may have them in your kit already, would be 3 picture frames. We are using 5x7 picture frames, but if you don't want to use 5x7 and you want a bigger terrarium, you can use bigger size, just as long as the 3 frames are the same size. Then we'll also be needing some moss. This is a fake floral moss for crafting. And then there are fake succulents that we'll be using. These I got on Amazon. If you would like the link to the exact supplier, I can give you that. But these are like a felt fake succulent. You can use real succulents if you like. But this way we don't have to water them, keep them alive. 2 things that are not in your kits that you will need would be some scissors. We'll be using these to cut down the stem of the succulents, as well as part of the cardboard in the back of our picture frames. And then we're also going to need a hot glue gun. All right, so get all of those supplies together, and I'm going to switch over to the overhead camera, and we'll get started with our craft today.
So the first thing that I've done is I've taken the cardboard and the glass out of all of these. So far this is what I have. And you're gonna want these, I don't know what these are called, but these need to be up so that we can put the glass back in there and kind of hold it in place. So we're just gonna bend this back. This is how you'll take out the cardboard and the back, just like you would if you were putting a picture in it. Just take this out, and we don't need this. You just kind of set it aside. Now the glass is still in here. You can either take it out, but it might be harder to put the glass back in later, so we're just gonna keep it in there. All right, so I'm gonna put these back down to keep the glass in place. And then I'm going to go back with these other ones and put the glass back in. And if you don't want glass in your terrariums, you can always just completely leave it out. All right, now I'm going to grab my hot glue gun. All right, so now that I've got my glue gun and it is heated up a little bit, we're gonna start with one of these frames. And what you're gonna wanna do is just apply a thin line of hot glue along the long side of this frame. Here, you can do it to either side. We're just going to attach another frame to this side. I might need another stick. Here we go. Okay. Now I'm going to attach one of these . All right. Like so. And then next we're going to want to apply a line here and a line here, and we'll attach this third frame. This first. So you should have a nice triangle of these 3 frames. All right. Moving on to the next step. All right, so the next step, we're going to take some of this cardboard from the back of the frames and we're going to cut so that we're going to add it to the bottom to keep the moss from falling out if you need to move it from place to place. As you can see, it's not quite big enough to cover all of the space, so I'm going to cut a couple pieces, but we will glue them to the bottom of this frame with our hot glue gun. All right. Let's see. Don't worry if you make a mistake, you have 2 other cardboard pieces here. That looks like it will cover the floor for me, so I'm going to go ahead and start hot gluing to the bottom. A little glue goes a long way. I am not proficient with the hot glue gun, so I'm doing my best. Actually, I'm gonna do these sides as well. Okay. In fact, you probably don't even need to do a full line. You could probably just do a dab on the corners, and that probably should be sufficient. You want to save your glue for another project. Alright, we're going to wait a few seconds for the glue to dry so I can flip it over and we can start putting in our greenery. Alright, so as you can see, I have flipped my piece over. You can see the cardboard bottom. I'm not too worried about these hanging off the side. If I want, I can always go and cut them later. I'm not going to stress about that though. We are going to go ahead and grab our floral moss. This might get everywhere, so bear with it. Going to break off some of these pieces and we're going to place it in the bottom of this terrarium. I would suggest more just to cover up the cardboard. And you have plenty here. It looks like a nice cushy forest bed. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this into the corner here. Alright, so that looks pretty good to me. Alright, I'm gonna go grab my succulents. Alright, now that we have our forest bed of moss, we're gonna grab our scissors again, and everyone should have gotten 3 different succulents in their kit. This was a set of assorted, so everyone should have slightly different ones, but that's okay. And then if you want to buy more fake succulents or real ones in the future, you are welcome to do so and supplement however you'd like. Alright, so I'm just going to cut this stem off because otherwise it will stick up quite tall. There it goes flying. And basically after I take the stem off, I'm just going to place it delicately in my terrarium. Alright. Succulent number 2, that one will go there. Right. And stem number 3, alright, there. Last one. I'm going to do a little maneuvering. I might add a little bit more moss to this front piece. All right. Alright, so there's my completed piece. Let me move my camera so you can see it from the side. That is from the top view. Alright. Alright, shaky camera work. Here is the side of my terrarium. There's another side. And there's the third side. So like I said, I can cut this edge off in the future, or I might just darken it with a black Sharpie and not worry about it. And then this is a block frame, and you can easily go in here, and in fact, because of the pattern, which, there you go, you can probably color in these triangles with the kind of metallic Sharpie that will show up on a black, and make your own design and make it as beautiful as you would like. But there you go. There is your DIY terrarium.